Shout out to Christina Smallhorn, my EXP colleague, as well as Malcolm Lawson. I believe Malcolm's with Keller Williams, but they created this Facebook group, right? They created this Facebook group, and it's for real estate agents to grow their YouTube presence, right? And it's a ton of good tips in there, good stuff in there, good interaction. So if you want to be part of that group, I'll put a link in the description, and you can join that group to grow your YouTube content creation strategy as a real estate professional. Nonetheless, let's talk about there was a question posed in the group, and you can see here on my screen, this is the question. And this gentleman, he says, which thumbnail is better of the two, right? And I wanted to just show, like, that led me to thinking, like, how can this gentleman create more engaging, more enticing thumbnails? And I'm like, let's do a tutorial on that. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to create more engaging and more brand specific thumbnails for your YouTube page, right? So we have these two images that was created by this gentleman, and these are his two images. He does it before and after of a bathroom, and then he does one of a house. When we get over to Canva, I'm not sure if we're going to use a house or a bathroom, but the concept is relevant. You know, I want to show you how we can create something similar and more enticing, more engaging. Here's the comment I left for him. I said, I don't know which is better, but of the two, but the one that entices me is the one with the bathroom, because I'm an investor, so I like to see transformations like that. I'm a real estate investor. The transformation in the bathroom thumbnail was very transparent. I like that. I like this one compared to this one down here. The houses don't really look the same, and to me, it could be a little deceiving. So I appreciated this one more than anything. So I want to try to get over to Canva and duplicate that one. But if we can't duplicate the one with the bathrooms, we'll do one with houses, right? So let's head over to Canva. And one of the reasons I like Canva is because it is it's cloud-based and it's very easy to use. So I can be pretty techy, but I like to utilize software and tools that don't require a lot of tech expertise. I like stuff that's in between. I like to be a medium, so I can show other people that aren't too techy how to use that stuff. Canva is one of those tools that I highly recommend. I'll post a link to Canva in the description too. So click on that link so you can start using Canva. But let's get started. Let's click on, we want to create a design, right? So I'm going to come over here to Canva and I'm going to create a design. One of the really cool things about Canva is they have a ton of templates built in already. So Canva already knows like an ideal template for YouTube thumbnails. So if I click design over here in the top right, it gives me a few options. I can, make custom dimensions. I can do a Facebook post, the recommended size for Facebook posts, YouTube thumbnails, presentation, logos, you name it. A bunch of stuff is in here, right? So I want to stay relevant to YouTube, and it already comes up in my suggestions. But let's just, for the sake of this tutorial, so you can see how Canva works, let's just type in YouTube. And what do I want to do? I want a YouTube thumbnail. So these are all the YouTube options. I'm going to click the thumbnail option right up here. So I'm going to click that, and it's going to take me to a new blank canvas. And for me, within real estate, right, or most of my brand, I have a specific color that I like to use. It used to be purple, but now it's blue. I used to use purple a lot because of my mom. I was really missing her. She passed. But I'm now moving back over to blue, which is my favorite color. And in Canva, you have options to like set your brand colors. And I've already done that. And so with this background, this blank canvas, I'm going to change the background. The way I change this background is I click on the background and I click over here, and it gives me options to select my different colors, right? So you can see if I click through, I get different options to change the background color, right? These are the options within Canva. Up top, right above where I was selecting, I have like my brand colors that I've already selected. DRES, which is Digital Real Estate Strategy. These are my brand colors. And this is the specific blue that I use for my brand. So I'm going to select that blue, right? And now I have my blue background. Next is we kind of want to feed off this what we did here. So I want to take this thumbnail and I want to create a before and after similar to what this gentleman created. So I'm going to go over to Canva. Let's go back to Canva, and I'm going to create I'm going to search for within Canva. I'm going to search for bathroom. Right? Okay. So I typed that wrong. That's what's wrong. Bathroom. And let's see what comes up for, oh, nothing comes up for bathroom. So let's go to the option of house, right? So let's do an abandoned house. Okay, I'm searching in the wrong thing. So I want to click photos. Make sure you click photos. So let's try bathroom again. And I get different options of bathrooms, right? So um, some nice bathrooms. Let's select this one. So this is going to be, if we go back to that picture that the gentleman posted in the Facebook group, if we go back there, this would be our after of a bathroom, right? So I'm going to select that for now. Then I'm going to select, I'm going to search for dirty bathroom. Let's see what comes up in Canva. And what's cool about Canva is that you have the option to use these images at your leisure. You pay for them so you can use them how you want to, and you don't have to worry too much. You don't have to worry about copyright. So here are the options of different bathrooms, right? So let's go with man, look at these bathrooms. So you don't want to lie and be deceiving, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I just want to show you like a before and after of a bathroom, right? So I'm going to select a really rough bathroom. I'm going to select this bathroom here. This thing is dirty and it definitely needs some work, right? So I have my two bathrooms. So I have a before and after, right? I got two options, before and after. I'm going to make this a little bigger so it can be, so you can see it. And I'm going to try to make this about the same size. I'm going to scale that up. And we got two bathrooms, right, on our YouTube thumbnail so far. So it's coming to life a little bit. We still got some work to do. And what we want to do is, within Canva, you have these different options on the left. Over here, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select text. I want to select text and I want to create a new title. So I want to kind of duplicate what we saw over here. I want to do before and after, right? So I want to come over here and I want to type before, and I'm going to make this bigger, right? I'm going to make that size like that. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it up. And now I want to do the same thing. So to keep the same size, I'm going to duplicate this. So within Canva, you come here, you select this option here, and you duplicate, and it creates the same size, same color, everything. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to type after, and it keeps my size and it's relevant, right? So now I have a YouTube thumbnail suggesting a before and after, right? Before, after, and what I want to do is I'm going to change the color to make it stand out more. Let's make it bold. So let's do that. Let's make it bold, and I also want to change the color. I want to make that white. I also want to make this white, right? So come over here, select that. So we got before and after, and this is going to be our thumbnail, right? Before and after. So we got two images of bathrooms, before and after, and what I like to do is I like the elements. So I want to add a background to this text, right? To the text of these, I want to add backgrounds. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to select shapes, and I want to, let's see what it looks like if I choose an orange background, right? So I'm going to scale that down. Then I'm going to drag this out. That's my before, right? So that's my before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So let's duplicate, and I'm going to drag this right over here. And it's covering up my text. So one thing about Canva is you can position things frontwards and backwards. So I need to send this backwards so my text is on top of the background. So now I have two before, before and after, right? And what I want to do is something I like is I want to change the text again, right? So I want to go here and I want to add effects. And the effects I want to add are, I want to add a shadow to this text. So if I press that, and you can modify the transparency, change it up, change it down. You can change the direction. It's a lot you can do. So I want to keep it default, and I want to do point I want to not point. I want to do minus 45 like it was, and I want to keep it like that. But with my, let's go back in the text. With my transparency of the effects of the shadow, right? I want to turn that all the way up, and I also want to change the color. So I'm going to go here on the transparency slide. I'm going to turn that up, and then down here on the color, I'm going to select a different color, and I like to choose black. So there we have, boom, and it's popping already. It's popping better than it was already popping before, and I want to change it, move it around a little bit. So there we have before, and then I want to do the same thing over here with after. So remember where I showed you like why it makes sense to duplicate things versus starting over. So I'm going to delete this, and we're going to work smart, not hard here. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to duplicate that again, but I'm just going to change the wording, right? So we got my before, then I'm just going to change the wording after, and it'll stay the same. So now we have our thumbnail. We got a before and after, and it's looking a little more enticing and clickable compared to the other image we were looking at. So we got a before, we got an after. Now, something else that I really appreciate about Canva is like you can add your own images in here. So I have images that I've already uploaded within here, and I'm going to select my uploads, right? And I'm going to go through and look for an image that I think is appropriate for this thumbnail, right? So we use YouTube, and some people think that having your face on the image works, and some people don't. But let's just say we wanted to add our face. Let's just say I wanted to add my face to that thumbnail. I'm in here, and I'm over at my uploads, and I want to select this one. I select that image, and this image is it's now in Canva, right? So what I want to do with this image, this is one thing that's cool about Canva, is I can remove this background. So I want to remove the background, and I'm going to click effects, right? And they have this background remover tool up here, and I'm going to select background remover just so I can remove the background from my thumbnail. And there I have it. Like, I'm on this image, I removed the background, and maybe, I don't know, like I put my face, where should I go? Maybe I'll go right up here, right? So this is me now. I'm part of this thumbnail. You can also, like, one thing I like to do is you can add more text. So remember I talked about that duplication. So I want to duplicate this, right? Add effects, duplicate, and before. So let's move this down here. And I usually put my website on stuff, right? And so that's my website, and that's my branding. I'm going to scale it down a little, right? So it's not overly, oh man, let's Control Z. Control Z is undo. I'm going to scale that down, and I'm going to stretch this out so it's all one line, and I'm going to put that here. So I have my thumbnail. Let's make it a little bit smaller, so again, so it's not intrusive, but we can see like we have a thumbnail coming to life. So this would be my YouTube thumbnail. Before and after bathrooms. Like, this is what the bathroom looked like before, and this is what it looked like after. And don't be too worried about being super descriptive in your YouTube thumbnails. The point of the thumbnail is to get someone to click on it. So you don't want to clickbait, but you do want to entice them. It's like, oh, look at these two bathrooms. And of course, we use these as examples, but if you have two bathrooms, you want to be honest. If you had two bathrooms and the video was relevant to that, you put those images on there, and it's like, oh, how did it get from that to that? People are more likely to click on that. So that's the point of a thumbnail, is to entice the click. So here we have, like, compared to this, like, this is what our new thumbnail looks like, and our old thumbnail over here in Real Estate YouTube Mastermind, this is what it looked like before. So to compare the two, like, I'm more likely to click on this one because it's more enticing because of this and this. Also, it's easier to read on my eyes. It sits better. So that's how you create a YouTube thumbnail. You use Canva, and you want to work smart, not hard. So you use those little tricks to duplicate and modify the images accordingly. Canva is cool because it has a lot of images within it. Like, if I say I want to search for like elements, right? So let's say I needed some arrows. I want to find some arrows, and I could come right here and I find some arrows within Canva, right? And I can take this arrow, I add it in, and I can modify my thumbnail a little more. So let's do this. Let's go from, let's move that down a little bit, and let's make the arrows point, right? So I want this arrow to point at what we are doing. So that makes it a little more enticing again. So I have my arrow is pointing, and I want to add a drop shadow to this arrow. So the way you do that in Canva with elements is you need to duplicate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of it, and I'm going to make it black. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to duplicate it, and now I have two images, but I want to change this white, and I want to drag it up. I want to move it, so I use the arrow keys to move it a little bit, and there I have the before and after, and that's my YouTube thumbnail. So I'm just about ready to um, download this thumbnail, but I want to change this. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to flip it, and Canva lets you flip. I click that image and select flip horizontal. So I'm going to change it around, and I'm going to move me down here, right? Let's move my brand and me down there. Let's actually make it a little bit smaller. Let's do it, and let's move it over here. Right, so there I have a YouTube thumbnail. And in that instance, I was showing you a before and after of a bathroom as a real estate agent. So my image is down here, my branding is down here, and now I have that thumbnail for my real estate YouTube videos. So that's how you utilize Canva to make a thumbnail. Once you're all finished and you're happy with the design, you simply come over here. You want to rename it, so I want to rename it YouTube thumbnail for bathroom, whatever you want, whatever you need to name it, right? I'll name it that, and you would then click download. And this is the ideal size for YouTube right now. It could change in the future, but once you download that image, Canva takes a few minutes. You then have the image available on your desktop or even on your phone, and you can share and upload that image anywhere. So you would then take your next step, and you would go over to YouTube, and you would upload this image. So here's my image. This is what it looks like after I'm finished and out of Canva. So that's my before and after of the bathroom in Canva. That's my image, and this is what I would use in YouTube to entice and encourage people to click on my link. So really quickly, that was it. How to create a thumbnail for your YouTube videos. If you found the video helpful, leave me a comment, drop me a like, subscribe. You know the drill, whatever it is. I would really appreciate that. And if there's something you want to learn about specifically, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to learn about specifically, and I probably could feature or teach it in the next video. Other than that, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the other side. Thank you.